So the next option we are going to talk about is called sending email notifications for my jobs. Okay, let's see how do I do that. Okay, so I don't have a separate mail server. Okay, so I'm going to use my Gmail account for this. Okay, so let's see how do I configure my Gmail account as a mail server for sending out my emails. So let us see that. So search for the Gmail SMTP. Yeah. So for Gmail, the SMTP server IP is smtp.gmail.com and SMTP port number is 465. Okay, I'm going to use that. So let me configure that in my Jenkins and see how to send out email notifications. So you can configure the email server under the email notification. So dashboard, manage Jenkins, and then configure system. And then in the email notification, I can provide this. So the SMTP server is smtp.gmail.com. And click on the advanced where you can see the options. Use SMTP authentication. And there I'm going to provide my Gmail username and password. You can use yours. Password. And the SMTP port is 465. And let me test the configuration by sending a test email. Let me try to send a mail to my same email address and see what is happening. So for this to work, you may have to do a couple of changes in your Gmail settings. Yeah. What is that? So let me select the use SSL part and then test configuration. Yeah, this is okay. So this is something like, so I need to use the SSL and this is the thing. So I need to actually reCAPTCHA that. Okay, so this is the error I'm getting. So it's getting authentication failed because when you try to log in from a new mission in Gmail, they are going to ask you to enter a CAPTCHA message, right? So for that, let me provide you the URL where you can unlock the CAPTCHA for your account. Okay, so if you go to this URL, so in the browser where you have a Gmail logged in, if you click on continue, okay, so this will unlock the CAPTCHA. And let me just try to test the configuration. Yeah, for me, it has been sent. Okay, and if I check my Gmail, I should see an email from my Jenkins. Yes. So that is a test email from Jenkins. Okay. For you, you may have to enable less secure apps, okay, to make this, because I have the less secure apps by default enabled, okay. So you can just use this link to enable less secure apps. So I've shared two links. The first link, it will disable the CAPTCHA checking for your account. It's a temporary one, because in Gmail, it's a security feature. Whenever you try to connect from a new mission, right, it is going to tell you that, okay, you need to enter a CAPTCHA message to verify it's a human, okay. So for that, you have the unlock CAPTCHA option. That one you can do, and you may need to enable less secure app on your Gmail account. That in this URL, you will get the information about that, how to enable less secure app access to your account. So with this, you will be able to send email notification. I just sent a test email. So if you see this, it is saying address not configured yet, right? So if I just need to change that, what I can do is my source email, right? System admin email, I can say some email address, Jenkins, Jenkins@training.com. So if I apply this, and if I try to send the email now, now I should have received an email with my actual mail ID. So in the email notification, okay, the SMTP server should be smtp.gmail.com, right? And there will be an option called enable authentication, use SMTP authentication. There you are going to give your Gmail ID and password. And check the use SSL. The SMTP port number should be 465. Okay. Test the configuration by sending the email. Give this, okay, and click on test configuration. So prior to that, you need to unlock the CAPTCHA, and also you need to allow less secure apps in your Gmail account. So these two things you should do. So let's try to send out an email notification for the first pipeline job. Not that one. First job. That's a freestyle job. So take the first job and click on configure. And there, in the post bill action, select the editable email notification. Okay. And in the recipient list, give your email address. Here, in the advanced settings, there will be an option called triggers. Add a trigger called always. So let me repeat. I'm adding an editable email notification. In the project recipient list, I'm going to give my mail ID. And if you come down in the advanced, you can see triggers. In the triggers, add a trigger called always and hit on save. And let's try to run the job and see whether we are receiving the email notification. Oh God, I need to change the I need to change the mission. I don't want it to run on cloud. So the cloud mission, I have removed it. So save this. Now it is starting. Let us do one thing. So whatever settings we have done is it for the normal notification. For editable notification also we need to provide that. Okay, so let's do that. Click on configure system. Then you will have an option called editable extended email notification. There provide the SMTP server details. Okay, the same thing. smtp.gmail.com and SMTP port number is 465. And the advanced, provide the SMTP username and password. SSL, provide the password. As that you can use it for testing, but here only we are providing that option. So this is the email notification I'm using, extended email notification. There let's provide SMTP port number, username and password, use SSL. Okay, and save this. After that, let me try to run the first job. Build now. And see whether I'm receiving the email notification now. Yeah, now it is coming. You can see it is saying first job build number 32 is successful, and this is the body, and it will have the URL to check the build result. You can just check that. So you see some default format of the emails, right? If you want to send it with a different, the content you want to change it, like you are allowed to change it in the editable email notification. Let's see that. So in the manage Jenkins, configure global security, then, manage Jenkins, configure system. There you will have an option in the extended email notification. Yeah. In the extended email notification, you can see this is the default subject which is coming. So I can add content to it. For example, the project name refers to the job name, and the build number is the build number. So if you see this job, in the first job, so the last build number was 32. That is what I'm seeing here. So this is my project name, and this is the status of the job. Okay, that's what it is saying. So project name, build number, and build status, and build URL is the URL of the particular build. Okay, if you want, you can customize that also. Like for example, I can say Jenkins training and say I can write some content. Okay, thanks. Words. Steam. Just you can modify the content. This is the default template. So if I run the first job again, so this time the email notification will be with a different concept. You see that. So you are allowed to modify the default template, and you can also use a predefined templates. We'll see about that. So if If I see that, you can see it is getting added. So you can modify the template in the global level. So it will be applicable to all the emails which are going out from this system. So when and all I want the email notification to be triggered where, that is what we are seeing in the advanced settings, right? So here itself also you can see the content. You can change the subject. So the default subject refers to the subject from the configuration page. And if you, for this job, you want a different subject and different content, you are allowed to write it. That's not a problem. And you can also attach a zip file, right? If you have, let's say, I want to attach the artifact with the email, I can do that. Or if I'm having a test report, I want to attach it to that, I can do that. Like in this example, let's see, I want to attach the this file, star.xml. So I want this file to be attached. I can use it. So in the attachment, I can save this, and if I build now, I should receive the email with the attachment. Let's see that. So you can see that it is attaching the XML report. I can receive the attachment. Like anything you can want to attach it, or if in case you want to attach the build log with the email also, that also you can do. You will see an option called attach the build log. Okay, you can just attach it. You can see now the XML is also getting attached and the build log is also getting attached. You can see that. So this is the build output. So instead of redirecting the user to the URL, like you can attach the complete build log also here. Okay. This is the other option. In the same way, let's say I want on what conditions I want the email to be triggered. Okay, so you can specify a trigger like, let's say when the job is aborted, I want to send out a notification, or always I want to send out a notification, or on success, I want to send out a notification, right? On first failure, I want to send it to one people. On second failure, I wanted to send it to a manager. Okay. On third failure, if I want to send it to one more person. So those kind of things I can use it. Okay. And when the status changed, like the job was continuously failing. Okay. I want to send the email notification when there is a status change. When the failing changed to success or success changed to fail, I want to send that. So all these are all the options I have. I'll be able to choose the trigger, and in the trigger, I can add these kind of recipients. Okay, so these are all the available recipients. The build user will basically the person who triggered that build. Okay, or culprit is something who is the person who committed on the GitHub. Okay, you can integrate the GitHub and it can get the email ID from the GitHub, and from there, culprit means the person whose commit has caused this issue, or the developer or the recipient list. So like this, I can give these options. So these are all the options. You can do it in sending out the email notifications. Now, let's see, how do I send this email notification in the pipeline job? So let me go to my Jenkins file. So here, I already have a post action. Okay, so here, let me write the option for the email notification. Okay. On success, adding to the JUnit and archive artifact, I want the email to be sent. So the option will be email ext. Email ext is the option to send out email notification. So next is I'm going to give the body of the email. Sorry. check console put at $BOILD underscore URL more information. This will be the body, and two, I can provide to gmail.com. Okay, we close it. And then I can provide the subject. Let me copy this. Jenkins training, so I can just copy paste this. So just this. Okay, so I can provide it. So on success, I will receive this email. Okay. So let us commit the change. So it will be a failure because I have the agent as label any, right? So change it back to agent any. So I will not receive this email. The reason behind it is on success only I have told it to send the email. So let me see the log. See the console output. So it is kind of stuck there. Let me just abort the job. Let me just abort it. Just abort this job. Did it added my node back? I don't think so. It automatically added my node. So I asked for it. So it is no adding the node automatically. Okay, anyway, this is okay. Build RTL. What is the build RTL? Check the code. Oh, build URL. It is my field. I think build U. Automatically brought up the node. Okay, build URL. Let me see. Build number 12 is starting. Project underscore name. Property. underscore many times it's failing. I'm not receiving an email notification till now because I have put it like only on successful I should receive this email. Yeah, no, it's fine. I think it should be single quotes. So I should have received an email by now. As you can see, the Jenkins declarative pipeline is fixed now because it was failing and now it is converted to success. So I'm getting the fixed output.